Craig, we'll start by looking back at the Ballatown victory last night. You said in your post-match interview that you thought we were very good. Is there a particular aspect of the performance that pleased you the most?
Yeah, I think we were very good in possession. You know, like I said, I think we didn't do ourselves justice, not harping back to the Airdrie game, and we obviously didn't do ourselves justice the first half hour of Cardiff Met being 2-0 down, even though Cardiff Met deserved to be. But yeah, I thought, you know, Friday night against Carnarvon and last night against Bala were controlled, you know, very large portions of the game with some possession and some fantastic goals and created a lot more opportunities than what have been.
Well, it's a quick return to action this weekend. We do face Cardiff Met in the capital. It's our final away league game of the season, so no doubt another tough test to be expected there.
It is, without a doubt. We know that. This time last year, Cardiff Met were the only team to beat us domestically, away from home, and it was the only defeat of the season. So we know exactly, we what Cardiff Met's strengths are, what their weaknesses are. We obviously we seen that firsthand 2 weeks ago, being 2-0 down, quite half an hour into the game, and then going in 2-1 at half time. Unfortunately, the players responded really well and turned it around to win comfortably in the end. But we know that Cardiff Met bring them threats. We know what threats to bring. So it's certainly not going to be easy. We're certainly not going to be taken for granted, and hopefully the game 2 weeks ago in the Welsh semi-final of the Cup, then we are fresh in our minds of knowing what Cardiff Met can produce if we take it lightly.
Well, you have alluded to it there. Cardiff Met did go 2-0 up in that semi-final, didn't they? So it just shows what can happen if the New Saints aren't playing at 100%.
Definitely, and they thoroughly deserved it as well. We started the game really poorly, whether that was a hangover from Airdrie or the travel or etc. We make excuses as much as we want, but the players understood it, the staff and everyone understood that that first 35 minutes really wasn't good enough. We can't just turn up and be 80% of ourselves if we're going to go and win football games against anybody. And certainly someone like Cardiff Met, who have proven in recent times beating us away and then going 2-0 up 2 weeks ago that they are a threat.
Another thing you have mentioned is our last domestic defeat came at Kincoid campus. We lost 3-2 in February 2023. Will that factor into your team talk ahead of the game this weekend?
Yeah, I think it will do. Be honest about it. I think it's something we'd love to do. Go the whole season being unbeaten, should I say? Sorry. And then they were the last team to beat us, so I think we can't look past it. That it's going to be a very tough game, and yes, it will do. We don't want to be in that same position. We want to go down the game on Saturday and win the game, and then go to the last game of the season against Connaskey and try to win that and go the whole season undefeated.
Having been so close last year, just that one defeat, was it something you and the squad were targeting this time around at the start of the season?
Look, first and foremost, you're looking, whatever anyone says or does, or we look to win the league first and foremost, because that's obviously our pathway into Champions League football. And then obviously, I think secondly, the Welsh Cup is a big one, Challenge Cup's a big one, and probably fourth on the list, the League Cup if we had to put them in order. But first and foremost, we want to win trophies, and then the things that get spoke about around that, scoring 100 goals again. Having the most points tally we've ever had, trying to beat our own world record that Al Hilal have taken over. And them little things are added extras, but first and foremost we look to win trophies. That's what the demands are, this football club, that's what the demands are from the staff, that's what the demands are for the players, so we know that. But all these things that follow along, they look after themselves if we doing the right thing in trying to win trophies.
Well, with the Bala game last night, but there has been reduced training this week, so has that proven to be a challenge ahead of this weekend's game?
Yeah, when there's 3 games in 7 or 8 days, it's always a bit of a mismatch in training. Some people need topped up, some played. I've rotated quite a bit. Probably will rotate again on Saturday. So I think it's a good opportunity to give players minutes as well as keep the other ones fresh and sharp, ready for a cup final in 2 weeks' time. So yeah, it's a bit up and down, and we've been training in little groups and individual, but everyone will train together on Friday. We'll prepare as we usually do for an important league game. We'll do all our work, our tactical work and set plays on Friday, and be ready and prepared to travel down on Friday and play the game on Saturday.
Well, with the title having been secure now for a number of weeks, has it been at all difficult to motivate the players, or is it simply a case of they're full-time professionals, so that's not something you need to worry about?
Yeah, there's obviously that element to it as well, but we've also had other big games coming up. And it's only 2-3 weeks ago we had the Challenge Cup final in Scotland, which keeps everyone motivated. We've got a Welsh Cup, we speak about the Welsh Cup, and it's a really, we put it right up there, and in the highest esteem of competitions. It's a historic and old cup that we'd like to win, as many times as we can. So obviously we've got that final to look forward to. So people are still, training hard, playing games, working hard for a place in the cup final. Everyone wants to be playing the cup final. And the unfortunate bit about it is that when it comes to it, there's only 5 subs as well. So we can only have 16 players involved with the actual match day squad. So there's going to be 4 or 5 players left out. So that alone probably is enough to keep people at it and drive people on to try and get in that cup final squad.
And then finally, Craig, what's the injury and availability situation looking like? I know we do have a number of players missing in recent weeks.
Yeah, we do. So Ryan Astles is obviously the main long-term one. Josh Daniels is struggling with a shoulder injury, but Dan Davis and Ryan Brobble have been back in training this week, so they'll be available. I think that Josh Pask is touch and go, so we're not too sure with that one. So yeah, Matthew Olasunde is struggling a little bit, so yeah, I don't think I missed anyone out there to my recollection, but we've got 3 or 4 that are injured. But on a real positive note, Ryan Brobble and Danny Davis have come back in and trained this week and be available for Saturday.